anyone and for everyone. So we're gonna explore, these issues and how to combat it, how to um, fix the problems we have, especially when related to crimes, killings, thefts, and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, we're just gonna jump on to the topic right away and assess the issue. So I will call on our first panelist, Ceesay. You can just come in, and then Alas can come, Njaga can come, and I will come.
Yeah. Some can make us wrong today. Welcome.
Well, this is a topic I've already discussed, so I still have some things in my mind that I talked about before, but security is very, very important. And in any country, in fact, if you want to invite investors to come to your country, they look at crime rates. That's one of the things they will look at. They will look for infrastructure, they look for other things, but crime rate in the country, security in general, is very important for everyone, especially citizens of that country. So it really need to be taken care of. And I'm surprised that we are where we are, because if you look at currently in the country, we have, according to our constitution, our government, or the president, actually, our constitution states that there should be, or there shall be, a security council that consists of the president himself. Then you have the vice president, um, the secretaries of state, the secretaries responsible for defense and internal affairs. Then you have chief of the defense staff with two additional members from the army. Then you have the director of the National Intelligence Agency, the Inspector General of Police, and you have all of these people that are part of the Security Council. And the National Security Council shall be responsible for advising the president on all security matters relating to in the country. So if I look at all of that, and I see that we still have these problems, I ask myself, what happened? Have these people not met and talked about security issues and come up with a plan? Because I once gave them a plan. I said, the plan for this for me is simple. Look at what's happening in the Gambia. Most of the crimes that you see are have a common denominator. The common denominator there is a knife, cutlass or knife. That's what they're using. There's no guns involved in most of them. Yes, there were gun armed robberies also that were there, but for the other crimes where somebody was killed in, I don't know, Sanyang or so, and then or in the Gunjur area, there have been stabbing of people, different in multiple places. So for me, I think more of a solution than discussing the problem. The solution is, they need to go after these people. But before they do that, and while they're doing that, the National Assembly also need to be able to look at the laws, the current laws, and see what they can do to even ban knives in public. So if they ban knives in public, no one will be allowed to carry any knife or cutlass in public. If you are caught with one of them in public, you immediately get arrested and taken to prison. Just get arrested and you go arrange to be in court the next morning, and you will come up with hefty fines or both fines and jail time. If they start doing that, while the police start raiding these places, and yesterday I just saw a video. I talked about these, and I saw a picture of the police raid. They went to raid these places, and I said this before. They need to go after them. They should go on the offense, not wait until something happened and go look for them. They just need to get up, and of course, police need to be equipped with vehicles. They need to have all the tools and technology. They need to be equipped with guns. Really, Gambia is getting to a point where police need to have guns. They need to be able to protect themselves before they can protect people. They need to have vehicles to be able to mobilize themselves, be able to go to places and be able to fight crime immediately and not wait for a taxi or not wait for something else. They also need to have walkie-talkies that can give them instant communication, because a telephone, you can call somebody, they're in a bad signal. You may not get them. You can call somebody and the signal is not very good. And before it even rings, a walkie-talkie I mean, I carried a walkie-talkie with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when I worked at the American Embassy. That's what we use. Every minute I can just press that button and talk, and then I get a response just like that. I call my drivers and say, where are you? What's your location? And they tell me right away where they are, things like that. You can instantly communicate. So, and if you look around the world, all the police officers have walkie-talkies. So Gambia needs to have, every single police officer need to have their own set. They need to have vehicles, and the vehicles also need to be equipped with walkie-talkie station, base station in them, which get plugged into the vehicle. So there's constantly electricity there for them to be able to communicate. But the goal is go after the criminals, go break their cells, raid them, search them, and see if you find all these weapons in there, and see who are doing this, because the crime rate is really, really, really getting out of control. It's very discouraging. It's very disturbing to see people getting killed for no reason. And the other part also I looked at is, what are some of the reasons for these crimes? Sometimes money is involved. There was one lady that was killed in the Combo area. I don't know, Brufut, Sanyang, Tujering, around that area. And part of the reason for that was she gave her money to a shopkeeper, they said, to hold the money for her until she needs it. Well, when she needed her money, she kept trying to get her money from this shopkeeper. Shopkeeper made an appointment with her to go meet and give her her money. When she went there, she was killed. She was killed. That was brutally killed. Very, very bad. And I say the solution to that is, nobody should be giving you money. Money is a big problem. Money is a problem. We all want money, and it's never enough for anybody. Even Bill Gates is looking for more. So, the richest people in the world are still looking for more. So don't give your money to any individual to save it for you. Take it to the bank. The bank is the safest place, because when you take your money to the bank, Gambians need to know that. Take their money and save it in the bank. If you need it, you can get it. If you give it to an individual, they're going to spend it. A shopkeeper, yes, their shop is full of products, but you know what? They're not selling all those products fast enough to make their money. If you give them money, they're going to put it into their business. The day you need your money, it may not be there when you need it. So that becomes a problem, because you need your money now. You have a problem you need to go solve, and you can't get your money. So it becomes very irritating and can create a fight. All of those people need to understand that. And the last thing I'll say here, and then I'll let somebody else talk here, is uh, shop owners, businessmen and women, gas stations, all those places that get robbed. Uh, People need to understand that robbers look for two things: the risk versus reward. When I say the risk, is they know that if they get caught in what they are doing in robbing a place, they can be killed and they can lose their lives. They also know that if they get caught, they can end up in jail for a long time. But what's the reward? They look for the reward. Is the reward worth the risk? If they can go rob a place, like one incident that was uh, mentioned on television, on TV, it was on all the radio stations. There was a money exchange place that ended their day, and they have multi-million dollars worth of currency in their vehicle to take it to somebody's house. I was like, what were they thinking? I mean, why would you put millions of dollars and put them in their car to take it to a home instead of taking it to a bank? That should never happen. These are all things that makes criminal go after them. These and criminals, really, robbers don't go to a place and just rob. No, they go study first. They will go in and walk around, be just like a regular customer, and see how you guys do things. They will monitor the place and know how to get in and how to get out. They will do all of that. Then they plan a day. The day that they're going to go, they're going to know that this day is the day that we're going to get the money, because we know their traffic now. We know their traffic pattern. We know what they do and how they take their money out. So that's exactly what they did to these people. They barricaded the area. They went in there and robbed them and got their money, and boom, they took off with that millions. And that should not happen. Every business person should be counting the money that they collected for the day. They should all have a safe in their place where nobody can break into. A safe is something that is usually bolted in concrete in the ground. You can't come, 2 people, 3 people can't come and lift the safe and take it away. It's going to take a while before you can drill that out. So if you put the money in the safe, you count your money, put it in the safe, next morning, first thing you should do when you come and open your store, get somebody else that's in there, you get out and take all that money to the bank. Take all of yesterday's money to the bank and only keep your change fund. When I say change fund is the fund that you should keep in your place to be able to give change. If somebody comes and give you $100 assist and they want to buy something that's $46, you should be able to give them a change. You know, little change fund. That's your operating fund. Other than that, anything that comes out of business, you need to be able to take that to the bank. All of those should be saved in the bank. And that way, if you ever get robbed and robbers come in and they get $150 from you, that's all you had. Well, guess what? It's not worth the risk for them to come back. But if they come rob you and get millions, guess what? They will be back when they get broke, because that million is
They
not
know where
something
to
they
earn.
they earn very hard, on hard labor. They're going to spend that money. They will share it and spend it, and it'll be gone. They're going to give you a couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months, or maybe next year they come hit you. In the meantime, they go somewhere else. But they will definitely be back to get more because they know how you operate. And of course, when you go into the bank, security tells you also security reasons. Maybe people don't think about all this, but I learned all of this in security too. You don't go to the bank the same day. The same time each day. If you go to the bank today at 9 in the morning, well, tomorrow make it around 10:15. So, but don't be going to the bank the same time every day, because they're going to track you. They're going to know, okay, this is normally the time these people go to the bank. So they're going to catch you between 9 and 10. But if you have them sitting out there watching and people watching you, 9 o'clock comes, 10 o'clock comes, and you're still not out, then you confuse them. They don't know when do you go to the bank. And at some point, somebody's also going to notice them watching you, because some people will sit in your parking lot. And that's why, for security reasons, when you own a business and you have people sitting around in the parking lot or hanging around, you need to find out what they're doing. You need to call the police, let the police come check them out. You stay where you are, call the police, let police check them out. There's a lot of security aspects that need to happen. So again, the killing really need to stop. The National Assembly need to pass a law to ban knives in public. And only authorize the people that should have a permit to carry a knife to their work or use knife at their work. Otherwise, everybody need to only use knives at home. Butchers can have knives at their place because they need a knife to cut the meat. And farmers may be able to have knives on their farm, but nowhere else, and things like that. Other than that, just ban it. You see anybody on the street with knives with them or anything, you search them, you see a knife, arrest them, put them in handcuffs and take them. If you start doing that, and like I said, raid the places, which they did. And I told them to do that, and that they did. I mentioned that. Maybe I'm not the one that told them to do that. They may have heard what I said before in the past, but raid places, go after the criminals and find where they are and raid them and arrest them. And that's what they did. So anyway, I'll stop here and give you a chance. Sorry about that.
So, Njaga, I think, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sam.
You
Thank you
explained
for
a
that.
lot of it.
Yeah, thank you for that. All right, Allah, so you want to jump in and Njaga can come in.
Yeah, okay, so, most of the things what I wanted to say, so I'm saying it, but still, for me, I just want to hit these points that we have to understand and know that we need security. I mean, everybody is reading it. We are seeing videos, and it's happening very, very often nowadays, where people should ask themselves, why? Is it just every day, a person died? One is too much for Gambia, but as people say, security is costly, and that is a fact. So that means when the Gambia government wants security, they have to invest. If you want to have a peaceful land, you have to invest in security. As some said, try and make sure that you increase maybe the personnel, that means the number of police we have, because the population is growing faster than the police we have, and the borders are open, everybody is coming. Some are Gambians, some are not. Gambians alone are having a different mentality, but we don't know how other people think outside. And these people are every day. In fact, they are even more than Gambians, Momodou. So, I mean, it's not how to call it, discrimination. But I'm just warning Gambians, as peaceful as Gambia was, the people are seeing it every day. It's a change. So the government, I would urge to try and invest money in the security, like as some said, they need walkie-talkies, they need all these things, motor bicycles, because they have to mobile. If criminals know that these people don't have a bicycle to come and reach me, then they also look for such places where it's dark and very far. As some said, they used to watch people who are going to the bank, going in and out. So that's the way they plan also they're doing, you know. So to reduce the criminal rate, because for us, what we take as criminals are only the youths maybe smoking their marijuana, you know. That's the biggest job for the police, But we are having bigger problems which needs to be solved. So I don't blame the police because they don't have that capacity. As I said, the government needs to spend because the population is growing very rapidly. If you were having 12 police who could keep peace, you can forget it today. When you are talking about millions, so that means you have to invest in the police. When there is no money, I just wanted to suggest something. It's not my thing, but I would just suggest that Barrow try to make an incentive for the police. Like when people join the police, they'll have more money. There is also an indirect investigation, or to make the army this incentive as attraction when they know their job, and when they come to the police, they'll have more money. Then in that case, he can even reduce the army because we are going to fight. You understand? That's another way of taking it out, and they'll be useful for the society. At the same time, the government is going to save a little bit of money because for security you cannot save money. You have to invest. It's an industry, and if you don't invest in the security, you don't have peace in your country. Even you yourself don't have peace because there is no control. So the other point is what I just wanted to suggest was even the West, they do it. They also make incentives. People have money when they can report somebody who made something and they could be as witness. And being a witness, the police are not allowed to tell them that this person reported you, but they are going to have a lot of money for it. You understand? So doing these incentives, you see in the West, they make everybody a police automatically. Because if you want money, you see if somebody did something wrong, I think you'll be even the first person to report before they ask you because you want to get that money. But it needs to be correct. So you see that will also bring security in a country because everybody is a police, you can say. If you see here the old people standing on their windows with telephone every time and so sometimes they are reporting something because they used to get money for it and they have time, they're the whole day there. So that means because of the incentive, they are automatically police. You understand? But that will keep peace in a country. Where everybody is watching to make sure that nothing happens. So there is also an investigation. You cannot do it just with empty hands. That's why I say security, you have to invest. And these are ways where the Gambia government could have saved money to invest, save money to invest. That is the best word for it. You can invest in such a way that it's not going to harm you because we are a poor country. I mean, as they used to say, poor country. But I don't believe it. But that's another topic. So I think that would have helped Gambia back to peace and then try to control our borders, because right now, I don't know. Other countries are also complaining the same thing. And you cannot tell the people they are foreigners because they are Africa. And Africa, we have that mentality. As far as you are black, you are non-African. You live everywhere. You can go everywhere. There are certain people, Gambia is a target. That means we have to also try to look on our security. Doesn't mean that we don't want anybody to come in. But the question is always, when we open all borders and people are coming, can our police, can our security keep that peace with that just some people? I think it's a big responsibility to make sure that the government invests in these cases, because it's for you and me, our sons and brothers and so, we don't want to see that every day happening. I myself, I used to see videos every day. The last time was a young lady, I don't know, with the taxi driver, was sprayed somewhere and then, even broke her leg. She's lucky that she's living, and throw her somewhere. So that means if this security, I don't know, this wood security person was not there, maybe she would not have help. But she did also a good job to inform people, and they come and they make videos and things like that. That's how Gambia should be when we want to save Gambia now. Don't just say anything and just go away. Report it to the police. You can do it for free. I mean, till now people do it for free, but people will be more active. Even if the government says, here is money for it, people who do this, they'll have, when they come and witness something or report something, and the police happen to see that it's true, you'll have a certain amount. So in that case, you can keep peace everywhere. The people will even work more than the police because you're saving money, but it costs also. Even in the West, it costs also, because when people come as witness or things like that, you have to give them money, but still cheaper, But that's the only way. All the other thing is just to make sure that we employ more young people who want to go to the police, and then to make sure that we have more people in the police as security. Or as I said, we try to make incentives from the army. Give them money, let them come. They are working more or less like the police, and we don't need to go to war unless the UN need us. So then they'll come also. And in that case, you don't need to even employ new police, and you have automatically security, because they know also everything. They are well trained. So I think that was my idea about this thing. It's very sad that we're having a lot of problems now.
Thank you, Alas.
And we know where it comes. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Njaga, you can weigh in, and then after I will comment, then we can go in deeper.
Yeah, hello guys. Manaktai, I will be a little bit diverse. I'll talk, local language to mix it with English.
Yeah, you are all welcome to talk. Welcome. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Marlene do you, Sam Ceesay, Momodou Sawaneh, Alas Ngerr. Okay, man, what I want to start on is about, what is the cause? What my problem? What more than you, I'm security. What more the boys are robbing, or they are killing, or things like this are happening. But for me, first of all, gis nga dëkka dafa am loo xam ne bu ko doxee wut rek façon yu mel nii dafa bari. Last time, about a week ago, I had a government official saying that, okay, at country where there is development on course, there will be crimes. But for that, I couldn't even understand what he meant about that. You understand? For me, problem we have to go deeper, a lot more in the problem. Because Gambia, that was a time in Jammeh's rule, we didn't have security problems. Let's be honest. Because of maybe, sometimes it's not about ruling with an iron fist, but sometimes after the baax manam ñi nga sa dëkk bi nga jité nit ñi xamné exactly né they are in security yow tamit nga taxawé no xamné you are doing everything